comes to the final day of September. That's certainly the case in the prairies especially. We are looking at incredible temperature changes. In less than 12 hours, temperatures dropping more than 20 degrees for some, and that's due to a change in wind direction. Winds strong, upwards of 70 kilometers per hour from the north, at times the northwest, have brought colder air to the provinces, and that also means a chance for them to see some snow in the coming days. I know it's hard to hear that word as we are still in summer-like weather, and that's especially the case around the Great Lakes into parts of Quebec as well, and through the Maritimes where we've been looking at above average temperatures. Helene has been taking over headlines the past few days. We know it's weakened a lot, but it's still raining itself out south of the border, and seeing those rain bands push into parts of the Midwest and the Northeast, so New York State and even around still areas like Ohio and Indiana. That has been sending cloud cover, showers in parts of Ontario just yesterday, but significant improvements today. And we know in Quebec we haven't had to worry about Helene just yesterday and the day before, and also tomorrow not worrying about Helene, because the rain that we're going to see is not due to that storm but due to another system. We're going to see a slight chance of showers in Montreal in the afternoon, still looking at a high of 23 degrees, but that rain is tracking in from Ontario, and it'll be heavy around the Val d'Or area late in the evening tomorrow. Much of southern Quebec will be seeing some showers by the afternoon potentially, and then we'll get into the heavier bands overnight into Gatineau, and then into Trois-Rivières, Mont-Laurier and Montreal later into Wednesday morning and the afternoon hours. And by the time it tracks east into Saguenay, Quebec City, this could have already materialized into a drizzle really for that region, and we're not looking at much accumulations as it lingers into parts of Thursday morning. So right now totals, they're heaviest at around 20 millimeters or so for northwestern and western sections of Quebec, 13 around Gatineau and 5 in Montreal. And much of that is going to be rolling in Wednesday, not so much tomorrow. So 8 degrees overnight tonight in Mont-Tremblant, 7 in Le Tuc, and by tomorrow 21 for some of us in southern Quebec, 20 in Trois-Rivières, 19 Quebec City. Your next 7 days, a tad bit cooler on Wednesday with those showers, mainly sunny on Thursday, and we're still looking at above seasonal temperatures Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Your Monday showers, 16 degrees.
Still to come, brewing up a solution. We look at how to keep
Canada, southern Quebec through Ontario with these mid-teens, upper teens, even low 20s, as you can see on the map. 14 in Vancouver, cooler temperatures in northern and central parts of BC. They're seeing some rain, and they're going to see some snow in the next 48 hours. Here is those changes that I was talking about. Some serious winds at first from the south propelled temperatures at record-breaking points in parts of Saskatchewan and parts of Manitoba, and then a change in wind direction from the north brought those temperatures crashing down in less than 24 hours. Certainly a lot to adjust to over there in the prairies. In Montreal, not much to adjust to. We're still looking at temperatures similar to what we saw today. Your high 23 degrees. We will get some sunshine, but there is a chance of showers in the afternoon, and then the rain rolls through potentially into the overnight, if not into Wednesday morning. So here we are tomorrow evening, seeing that heavy rain in Val d'Or and still rolling through the Gatineau region, Mont-Laurier Wednesday morning as it continues to push to the east through Montreal and into areas like Sherbrooke, Quebec City, lingering over there for Thursday morning, even into the Lac-Mégantic area potentially, but it'll start to clear up pretty quickly with the cloud cover, and much of our day on Thursday is going to be sunny and dry. Now, I know the thought of rain could be scary in Montreal, especially after some devastating flooding that we saw earlier in the summer. We will be okay with this one. Some of the highest totals around 20 millimeters or so, 11 in Mont-Tremblant, and a tad bit above in Gatineau, in the Gatineau region at 13 millimeters. We're looking at those temperatures, as I mentioned, dwindling in parts of MQ, but 7 in Thetford Mines, 9 in Quebec City. Tomorrow, 23 for your high, 19 Thetford Mines. And similar conditions for others along the St. Lawrence River. Your next 7 days back up to 21 by Thursday after we see those showers, still hanging on to those temperatures on Friday, Saturday and Sunday, upper teens. Monday brings some showers, 16 degrees.
Look at the waterfront this Monday night. How long will these conditions last, though? That is the question. And now for the answer, let's check in on the forecast with weather specialist Noor. Hey, Noor.
Hey, thanks very much, Mark. Well, when you have a picture-perfect day, it only makes sense to end it off with a picture-perfect evening. Toronto's Harbour Cam does it again, looking oh so glorious just now, and temperatures into the upper teens for large sections of southern Ontario. Today, I'm going to sound like a broken record, guys, but for yet another day, we've been seeing these above-average temperatures continue, which, by the way, in Timmins, 12 degrees above seasonal. How about that? But into the low to mid-20s for most, and with the humidex feeling closer to the 30s, especially as you approached Windsor. We were seeing less and less of Helene in Ontario today. She's still going south of the border, but significantly weaker. A post-tropical cyclone still bringing rain through Virginia, Maryland, into the Carolinas, into Pennsylvania as well, and we're seeing some flood watches and warnings continue in some of those regions because the ground is so saturated and because the river flows are so high. We are not going to be seeing rain from Helene anymore in Ontario. There is rain in the forecast, yes, but this is another system. It's tracking from northwestern Ontario, and it'll be here by tomorrow afternoon. Showers for southern Ontario, but as the evening progresses, there comes the heavy rain. The GTHA, Peterborough up to North Bay, and then tracking to the east as we head into Wednesday morning. So we've still got a few hours of dry conditions ahead of us in Toronto. That'll be your overnight, which, by the way, is quite warm for this time of year. And by tomorrow, 21 is your high, mainly cloudy. Rain rolls in later in the evening. Mark?
All right. Thank you very much, Noor.
And that's actually seasonal, but milder as you head through parts of the Maritime, southern Quebec, through Ontario, even into the upper teens, mid to low 20s. 14 in Vancouver, and cooler as you head towards northern BC. A lot of moisture along the BC coast, and soon that will turn into snow at higher elevations, and even parts of Alberta. Areas around Jasper could be seeing some flurries as we head through the overnight. A lot of changes over here, though, in the prairies, and I'm actually going to give you a closer look of what went down on the ground. Gusting winds in Estevan, nearing 100 kilometers per hour, and much of these winds have been from the northwest. Those sent temperatures tumbling down at a sharp rate, 20 degrees in less than 24 hours. So Saskatchewan yesterday was breaking temperature records into the low 30s. Tonight, and actually just now, single digits very, very soon. So we talk about a taste of autumn. Well, they're getting it right here, and in fact, in some areas up to the north, they're going to be seeing snow in the start of autumn, really. So it's been interesting to see these changes. Not much when it comes to the temperature in Toronto, still around the same as we've seen before, 21, but the rain is on the way, and it'll start to get heavier in the evening. So here we are for seeing that heavy rain in southwestern Ontario in the afternoon, and then in the evening, the GTA pushing to the east by Wednesday morning. And when this system rolls out, it'll leave behind a trail of sunshine. So actually, the rest of your Wednesday is going to look spectacular, and this is going to linger even into Thursday. So while we see some high clouds, we're still going to be able to see the sun through those. And I know the thought of rain could be scary considering what we saw this past summer, but we'll be okay. The heaviest totals around 20 millimeters or so, 6 in Toronto by the time Thursday rolls around. Lots of 20s and 22s on the map by tomorrow. Newmarket, Oshawa, into Cobourg, 21. And here we are, sunshine on Wednesday, 23 by Thursday, cloudy on Friday, but the sun returns Saturday. Showers to close out the weekend. Monday, 17 degrees. Thanks very much, Mark. Only the best shot out there for the best viewers. I can't say that I'm responsible for the sunshine that we're seeing out there, But you know what? I will happily take credit. Why not? We're looking at 22 degrees just now outside the Toronto airport, and the little cloud cover that we've been seeing has been receding since the afternoon, especially through southwestern Ontario. We've been seeing less and less of the impacts of Helene in Ontario specifically. And if you've been watching the past few days, you know this has been downgraded long before to a post-tropical cyclone, and it's weakened significantly, but it still brings some rain to areas like Ohio, into Pennsylvania and the Carolinas, Virginia as well. That's where we're seeing these flash flood watches and warnings continue because the ground is so saturated and because the river flows are so high. Even small amounts of rain can cause that flooding. In Ontario, not worried about flooding. In fact, it's been summer once again, especially when you factor in the humidity. Kingston 27 towards Ottawa, or Windsor rather, pushing to 29, and only cooler as you head towards Sudbury and Timmins. We're going to see increasing cloud cover as we head through the overnight, and that's in anticipation of rain come tomorrow. It'll be showers for much of southern Ontario and parts of the southwest in the late afternoon, but the heavier bands of rain are coming, and they will be with us, especially in the GTHA in the evening hours, also into Peterborough, and then continuing to track to the east as you head into Wednesday morning for some of those communities. So still dry overnight tonight, and it'll be mostly dry for the start of your day in Toronto. As I mentioned, shower potential for the afternoon, heavy rain in the evening, your high 22 degrees. Mark?
All right, thank you very much, Noor.
National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Many communities were expecting outdoor events, marches to commemorate the important day, and it's good to see that the weather cooperated, especially in Atlantic Canada, southern Quebec, through much of Ontario. We were looking at sunny conditions and temperatures that are still above average. 12 or 13 in Vancouver just now with some cloud cover, cooler in the north, single digits, Whitehorse and Yellowknife. Here is where we're looking at some serious adjustments in the past day or so, and I'm actually going to show you what we're looking at on the ground. Estevan, Saskatchewan, 80-kilometer-per-hour wind gusts just now, and those winds have been blowing from the northwest, so much cold air flowing through the province, and that could bring those temperatures tumbling down. Well, the high over there yesterday was around 31, 32 degrees. Today opened at 9 and then pushed up to 14, so temperatures tumbling 20 degrees in less than 12 hours. That's some serious stuff, guys, and those winds, of course, dangerous. Let's focus on our own problems in Toronto, which is that we'll see some rain rolling through, a chance of showers in the afternoon, but the heavier rain in the evening. Your high still above average at 21 degrees, and it's going to be mostly a cloudier side of the day there. And here we are taking a look at those showers, and then the transition to heavier rain, the GTHA, Peterborough, into Hamilton and St. Catharines as well in North Bay, and then into Ottawa and Kingston, Quinte West, Wednesday morning. As the system tracks to the east and moves out, it'll leave behind a trail of sunshine. The rest of your Wednesday will be spectacular, and this will last even into your Thursday, even as we see some high clouds rolling through the southwestern sections of the province. So things are looking good, although it will be a tad bit chilly after that system moves out. Chillier, but the highest accumulations that we're looking at up to 20 millimeters or so for parts of Quebec, parts of eastern Ontario as well, 6 millimeters in Toronto, about 10 or so in London. That's where it's 15 degrees overnight tonight. Tomorrow, Sault Ste. Marie, 16 with that rain, 23 in Fort Erie, and a lot of 21s and 22s on this map. Your next 7 days, sunny on Wednesday, 21 on Friday, mainly cloudy. The sun returns for Saturday. Then we get into some showers for the end of the weekend. Seasonal 17 by Monday. Thanks very much, Mark. Well, many people were looking to the forecast today to see if Mother Nature will accommodate a lot of what was going on as we mark National Day for Truth and Reconciliation. Many people heading to outdoor marches, outdoor activities for this important day. And we can certainly say the weather did help facilitate. We had mostly sunny conditions across large sections of the province, and even some of those lingering showers earlier in the morning and at times yesterday evening. Those have since dried up since we moved into the afternoon. I've been sounding like a broken record talking about all of these above average temperatures, but this is something that I think some of our viewers like to celebrate, especially as we headed into the final day of September. And in areas like Sherbrooke, we are 10 degrees above average. So certainly unusual and certainly something worth a mention every time. It's been breezy this afternoon into Quebec City, and we expect those winds to continue gusting through the overnight and into tomorrow morning potentially as well. Cloud cover increasing as we head through the overnight, and by tomorrow afternoon much of the province will be looking at shower activity. The heavier rain though tracking east into the Val d'Or region late into the evening tomorrow, and then it won't be until the overnight and early morning hours where it moves through southern Quebec for some rain by Wednesday. So 12 degrees with clear conditions and dry conditions overnight tonight in Montreal, and by tomorrow still not looking at much rain in the forecast. A chance of showers in the afternoon, as I mentioned. Hope you're not getting tired of these highs. 23 is what we're looking at for Tuesday. Mark?
All right, thank you very much.